we have a relationship, but it's a mother-son relationship, and I confide in her. I don't consider that a friendship. I consider that my mom. Now, my daughter, she confided in me, and I confide in her. That's the relationship that we have because I'm her father. Now, we talk as if we are friends, but it's past that. You know what I'm saying? If you can understand what I'm saying, I don't know how else to put it.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying you have been programmed to not say the word friend in association with your child and your mama.
Oh, listen at you.
No, but listen, Dad.
Ain't no programming.
Whatever word you want to use. Indoctrination.
You said program. I didn't say program.
Indoctrination.
Indoctrination? No.
This is how it's supposed to be done.
Don't worry, I'm working with her as well.
No, it's not that. It's just that I never thought of it in that sense.
All right, but now you're open to it.
Dad. It's just like a lot of people say, I'm not your friend, I'm your mama. I don't want to be your friend, I want to be your mother. You know, a lot of people say that.
But do you value that?
Yeah, because people want to make that relationship. But to me, I'm your father, and, you know, I deserve the respect to be your father. You can't, not just your friend. You know what I'm saying?
Dad.
It's a different... Yes.
I'm going to deliver a message for you, and then I'm going to go finish folding these clothes.
You go finish folding them clothes and text me your message.
No.
You deliver a message?
I'm going to deliver a message to you. Your best friend is in the end stages of her life. Whether you look at it that way or not, your best friend is going to transition before you because that's the way it's supposed to be. So do not take this time for granted. I spent the last few months of my mother's life in the same house as her.
I understand.
And then, no, just listen, Dad.
Sorry.
Just listen. I spent the last few months of my mother's life in her home. And then I had one conversation with her. A real conversation, not what's going on in my life. A real conversation. Something you would do with a friend. So do not have your mother live in your home. I don't care if she doesn't remember it a second later. Spend time with your best friend.
Let me explain something to you.
I just wanted to deliver the message.
Let me deliver this message to you. I speak to my mom every morning. I call her every morning. I call my mom every evening. And we talk about my day. We talk about her day. I want to know what she ate. I want to know if she drank water. I want to know what she did during the day. Every day I have a relationship with my mom, and our bond is close. Now, granted, I understand what you're saying about you, but let me tell you something. My relationship with my mom is solid. She would not move. She lived with me 2 weeks ago. She was living here because she had to go get surgery on her eyes. So she was living here. We watched movies together. We talked. I came in. I went into the bedroom. We talked, and I set her TV to MSNBC, and we would talk, or we watched a Western together. So, you know, I understand what you're saying, and I feel for you for the relationship that you and your mom had at the end. Because I feel sorry, too, that me and have a better relationship where we can converse, or we could have some type of rapport together through our life. But it wasn't in the cards, it wasn't meant to be for us.
All right.
We grew apart. But
received 1,000%.
Don't ever think that I don't have a relationship with my mother.
So can I ask you a question?
You know what? The reason why I am in South Florida? You know the reason why I am the only family member and my mom is in South Florida? I came here because she was here.
I believe so.
Here, why would I be here?
I believe it would be so. So let me ask you a question, Dad. Because you ain't putting me in my place. Now we having a real conversation. Is your mom your best friend?
She's my mom. Now wait a minute. If I say if my wife is my best friend, my wife is my friend, my lover, my wife. Now then we come into some friendship type of relationship because that relationship can come and that relationship can go. But my mom is going to be there. She's going to be my mom, just like your mom is your mom, even though she's gone. She's still your mom. That's family. You understand what I'm saying?
We're saying the same
You
thing.
and Mr. Dre, you probably have a really good friendship. I heard you say over and over again that you're your best friend. But your best friend gonna go away, and you know what? That's it.
Bailey's my best friend, Dad. She's my daughter, but she's also my best friend. Like she got two hooks in me. She ain't just one, she two.
But that's you and Bailey.
I know, so I'm just asking you to, if you understand, then you would see my perspective. That's what understanding means, is you can see your perspective and you can see my perspective. You don't have to adopt my perspective, but I think it just makes sense. Like, you could be mom and son and you could be best friends. Like, that's a double whammy. Why wouldn't you want that? Because you're saying it's not necessary because it's deeper than that. It just jumps past that as family. And I just think Miss should be qualified.
Wait a minute, hold up. Did you call your grandmother?
I'm talking about your mama. I'm not talking about my grandmother. I'm talking about your mama.
He said, how did you address her?
Who is she to you, though?
She's my grandmother. And when I want to talk about my grandmother, when I want to talk about my grandmother, I will address her as such. But I want to humanize this woman to you because you just see her as your mom. She is a woman. She is a human. And I am saying,
how many best friends do you have?
I got a lot of best friends.
You do?
I do. There's so many people that feed into me and I have soul connections to who do all the things that you said you do with your mom. I do that with a bunch of people.
Well, I only do it with one.
You gotta open that up, Dad. I'm trying to be your best friend.
You are my daughter, and you'll always be my daughter. Friendship is part of our relationship.
But have you seen a Western movie with her?
Yeah, you ain't watch no movies with me. We be silent. Like, I don't like our relationship, Dad. That's why I call you every Sunday, because I want something more.
Okay, well, listen to me, young lady. I'm going to tell you this one time. You just started calling me 2 weeks ago.
I know, and this is a great effort.
Our relationship, I'm 66 years old. Now you want to build a relationship with me?
Yeah.
Granted, girl, I'm trying to figure out where did our relationship go when I wasted that time, okay? Now you're going to blame that on me. Of course, it was my fault. I missed a lot of years between your growing up and your growing up. I regret all that. But see, now this gets thrown back in my face that you raised yourself. You did this by yourself. You don't know me. You don't do this. Who fed you when you were in Maryland? Why did I travel across the country with you 3 or 4 times? Took you from Maryland, East Coast to West Coast to East Coast, back to Colorado, down to Texas. Where were you been? Were you by yourself? Now, I did go through some times where I don't accept. I missed a lot of my children's lives. And I regret that, and I feel sorry for myself for missing that time. But when I hear you say the things that you say, that you don't know your mother, you don't know me, I'm like, how can that be? You don't know your grandmother, you don't have a relationship with your sister. How can that be? You slept in the same bed, you slept in the same room. How can you not know somebody if you live with them for so long?
Do you want a real answer or you want the societal answer?